Guys, I know I'm a hot girl, but the number of times I've myself in the last 2 years.
Pause. I'm Desanya Wet, artist, singist, gamist, and most evilest bimbo. And on this channel, I do something a little different. I draw and talk and play my most favorite video game, Minecraft, all at the same time. And if you really like what you see, make sure to hit that like and subscribe and press all those good buttons that'll make me happy. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, we're back at it again. So in the last episode, I said I was gonna build a fence, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. So let's build a fence. Let's go, time lapse, go! So here's the plan for the episode, right? My plan today, here's the plan. The main goal for every episode, I have decided officially, 5 episodes in, the main goal for every single episode is gonna be to get the next evolution of chicken until we get to the end where it's just gonna be to defeat the dragon, right? But for these episodes, now that it's taken off, I'm also gonna do a bonus extra goal for every episode. So today's episode, I'm gonna be building, I haven't decided if I'm gonna build a wheat farm yet, or if I'm gonna build more platforms. Probably is gonna be a wheat farm. So that makes the most sense. Or a tree farm. Oh, actually, that's even better than a wheat farm. I should build a tree farm and then the wheat farm, so I can do the composters and do the bone meal. Yeah, actually, I think my first goal should be to do a tree farm. Okay, so that's the list. Tree farm, and then next evolution of chicken. Guys, I need you to be honest for a minute. I need to tell you something, and then I need you to tell me something, okay? It's really important that you tell me, okay? So I was watching YouTube today, and you know me, I consume a lot of Minecraft content. Well, maybe you don't know that, but now you know. I literally watch Minecraft to go to sleep every night because I'm literally 12 years old. But at the top of my feed, the very first video that came up was a video that was a month old, and it said, I beat Minecraft using only chickens. And I'm like, oh, it's another one of these. But then I look, and there's something about it that strikes me as different. So I click on the video, and it's this guy talking about how he made this mod himself with questing for Minecraft Bedrock, where he makes resource chickens that lay resources. Are you guys getting what I'm getting at? And you would do the quests to get the next evolution of chicken instead of breeding them, right? So I guess what I said at the beginning of the series, where I was bragging about how I finally had an original idea for the first time in my life. I guess that was a lie. I guess that was a lie because some guy who has no idea how to tag his resource chickens laying resources on his YouTube video, because I looked it up. I did my research before I commissioned this series, and it never came up. Didn't have a single tag on his video. So now I look like an asshole. I look like a dumbass because I looked at the mod and the wood chicken was exactly the same from his mod pack. Like, that wasn't even original. I don't know who copied who, but somebody copied somebody. I don't know if it was intentional. Technically, my video came out first, so he could have looked me up. No, I'm obviously joking. My head isn't that empty and or full of itself. But I saw that and I felt bad. I mostly felt bad for myself because I could have reached out to that guy the whole time and he probably would have given it to me for free. I didn't have to spend nearly $1,000 on a mod for myself, like some kind of a princess. That's how my day went. How was your day? I found out that my entire life was a lie and I've yet to have a single original thought. Chat. This reminds me of when I was a tiny little baby and I was first drawing and I was first making original characters, and I hadn't actually made like a named original character yet, but I had this crazy idea that I thought was innovative. So I was a little baby, I was sitting there with my crayons drawing, and I was like, wait a second. Oh my god. This is like the most original thought anyone's ever had. What if I give this high school girl cat ears and a cat tail? And I made this entire high school full of girls with cat ears and cat tails. And I was so stoked to have invented the concept of a cat girl. I was like, holy shit. What do I do with this information? What do I do with this information? I need to tell the news. Like, what the f? This is so, nobody's ever thought of this before. I was so excited. And then a couple of years later, the internet came out, right? Showing my age. No, the internet came out, and one of the first things I stumbled upon, one of the first things I discovered was the idea of a cat girl that had been famous in Japan before I was a nut in my dad's sack, you know? These cat girls had already been knocking around for a while. I cannot cannot explain to you how soul-crushing it was for me to learn and discover on my own that I had not invented cat girls. I lost sleep. I lost sleep at the thought that I didn't invent a cat girl. And this has kind of been the story of my life. My whole life has been me thinking that I've had this really crazy, ridiculous idea no one has ever had. And then finding out, after I've already executed on the idea, that if somebody did it and they did it better. And who knows how old the fucking guy was that invented cat girls because he was horny. I invented it because I thought it was cool. I liked girls and I liked cats, and I thought it would be cool if they went together as one thing. I was like, holy shit. Some fucking guy made it up because he wanted to fuck a cat and wanted to make it legal, probably. I don't know. I don't know who the first cat girl was on the scene. Chat, do you know who the first cat girl? Don't look it up. Do you know who the first cat girl is that ever was that happened? Now you can look it up. I want to know. Tell me who the first cat girl was that was ever invented. Please. This is less like a Minecraft series and more like a stream of consciousness from an insane person series. I feel like I would do so much better if I did something like Bose did. Do you guys know Bose versus the World? She does commentary on like true crime and stuff, but I feel like, and hear me out, I know I'm talking about being another commentary channel, but what if I did that? I feel like I have a lot to say about a lot of things, and my opinions are unhinged enough to be unique enough. I don't know if the Minecraft is cutting it. This is less like a Minecraft Let's Play and more like a podcast with Minecraft, but you know like how they do Subway Surfers? This is like a podcast with the Minecraft instead of the Subway Surfers, and then with the speed paint. I'm going on that as well. This is, I've said it before, but this is super ADHD core. Like even when I watch my own videos back, if there's ever like a slow moment and I'm watching it, my eyes like defocus a little bit, and then I start watching the speed paint instead. I don't even have to move my eyes, I just stop focusing as hard, and I start seeing the speed paint. I'm like, whoa, I didn't even have to move my eyes, whoa. Okay, what are we doing? We're looking around. We need some more fence. When I get more building material, I'll do more fences. But for now, I just need these guys, well, the tree. I just need these guys not to fall off the edge and waste my time and my money. And they'll be really difficult to replace, most of them. If I lose all the chickens and then I lose the vanilla chickens, like it's kind of like a game over scenario, because how do you replace the vanilla chickens when they were like the only thing on the map at the beginning? I simply wouldn't. I would just end the series. I don't have that many years left. The goal of this episode is to start the tree farm. To start the tree farm. And then we're gonna get the next chicken. And then that will be the end. That will be the end of the episode. That makes sense to me. So I'm making a tree farm. I need to focus. I'm gonna do like this. And then I wanna do them 2 apart, is the problem. But I would have to do them 3 apart because of the way that it is. Yeah, I could do, okay, I'm gonna think in my head now instead of out loud. Building montage go. Yeah, I realized too late I should be building with bottom slabs. I don't want any mobs to spawn, especially not creepers. Oh my god, the tree grew, that scared me so bad. I thought something had just spawned, had already killed me. RL craft flashbacks. Now we're getting somewhere. We've got a nice little tree farm started. Look at that. Guys, look at our tree farm. Oh, it's so tiny. That's okay, it'll get bigger. You know what? Maybe when it gets a little bit bigger, I make it a circle, right? Everybody, don't we love circles, folks? Doesn't everybody love circles? We'll make it a circle. The bitches love circles. So the thing I need next, I'm gonna need shears, which are not gonna be here for a while, I can tell you that. I know that we're a ways off from iron, but look at this. Wait, hold on. No, because I don't super need iron. I was thinking so here was my thought. I didn't tell you guys. This happened in my head in like feelings and vibes, because I don't typically think that hard. What I was thinking is that I would need iron chickens so that I could make shears, so that I could take leaves and put them in the composter, right? But what I'm realizing is not only do I have seeds, but I have wheat. Now this is the thing, we don't have to wait for an iron chicken, because now we done basically beat the game already. Bro, all these chickens coming together over here, they're all conglomerating over me. Go away, leave me alone, leave me alone. Okay, but also, here's the thing. There's a recipe of how to build the chicken nest. I know it requires wheat. I do know that. And there was supposed to actually in this mod pack be a wheat chicken, but the guy forgot it. But then I was like, well, since you already made the vanilla chickens lay seeds, unless you didn't, unless that's a vanilla feature, since that's already happening, I guess it's not a super big deal because I can just grow wheat from the seeds that they lay. And so we left it, or I left it, because at that point I was like, I don't want to spend any more money on this. I just want to play the game. Jesus Christ. I mean, look at all these eggs I have. I technically could start a chicken farm. But right now, all I need to do is get the next evolution of chicken. So that's not too far off from where I'm at now, which is a little concerning because this episode I've only been recording for like half an hour. So I don't know if we're gonna have to include all of my yapping for this one, which means you guys are gonna get the unabridged yappage. You guys are gonna get the full yap experience. I need to tell you guys something. Can I tell you something, chat? Can I tell you a secret? In the last episode, I recorded, my editor tells me, I don't know, I don't look at these things. I record them and I just send them into the void and they're processed and I get a nice video back and that's all I give a I don't watch back the raw recordings. I'm not insane. I leave that to other people. I pay them to do it, right? He said, you were talking for 40 minutes straight at one point in the last episode, and it was all so funny, I had no idea where to cut it. And I felt so bad. I'm like, guys, actually, this is a good question. And some of it, I'm gonna be honest with you, some of it was not usable. Because even as I was recording it, I was thinking, I think this take may be too controversial even for the most open-minded of people. And it's not like it's anything bad, but I was making jokes, not 9/11 jokes, but similar. Not about anything happening in the world right now, because it's not funny if it's actively going on, but like stuff in the past. On my Patreon for $3 a month, if I was to put the unabridged, censored only for the most sensitive of content that maybe would actually get me canceled. If I put the unabridged versions on my Patreon, would you be interested in that for $3 a month? That's the question. Because hypothetically, these unabridged episodes would be coming out sooner than the regular episode anyway. So yeah, that's my question to you guys. Tell me if you'd be interested in that. Tell me if you wouldn't be interested in that. Okay, what am I doing? I've got bone meal. I've got some bone meal here. What do I need worse? Do I need more bone meal for the to get the more sand chickens, or do I need, what do I need? I don't know what I need. Chat, what do I need? I'm crazy, I'm losing it. I don't know what I need. I need the other sand chicken. Am I crazy? No, because the bone meal chickens make the wood chickens. There's the baby wood chicken. I actually need to breed the wood chickens to get the sand chicken, which the jury is even still out if that's a sand chicken. I don't know what that thing is. Oh, it was a sand chicken because look, I have sand chicken eggs. Hold on. Ah, no, not today. Okay. You know what? I should utilize this chest actually. So here's the dirt chicken eggs. Oh, no! I heard a chicken die. Okay, so maybe we move this tree farm out of here because that's not the most greatest thing that's ever happened in the world with the chicken suffocating. Yeah, I mean, that's probably better, right? Stop, stop, stop. I'm not playing this game with you guys. Don't do it. Enough of the jumping, I said! Why are they jumping? I can't with the chickens jumping in the air. It's giving me a stress disorder. They're acting like they're gonna fly away and it scares me. Oh yeah, speaking of Patreon, I know I don't mention it in the actual video all that much, but I do have one of those. It's $3 a month. There's nothing on there right now. It used to be my art back when I was a TikTok internet micro celebrity, but I stopped posting because I got lupus from COVID. I don't like bringing it up because then people are like, oh, you're beautiful and you're chronically ill and you have a tragic backstory and you're a veteran. Shut up. And you're autistic and you're, oh, I can't even say the next one. Nah, we're gonna, I'm gonna be every episode. I'm gonna be like, cut that out, cut that out. Don't even put that in the episode. And you're gonna put it anyway. What's the point? What's the point of saying anything? Guys, I know I'm a hot girl, but the number of times I've myself in the last 2 years since my diagnosis, TM, it's a little bit humiliating. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. But here we are. Is this a Minecraft YouTube channel? What is this? Look at my tree farm. I did this in a fugue state. I was talking about like Hillary Clinton and Podesta, and this just happened. That's crazy. I'm so good at Minecraft, I'll do it while I'm not even paying attention. This is what you can expect from my channel if you're new here. This is what we do here. If you're new here, this is what we do. I go into fugue states and talk about Obama and Hillary Clinton and January 6th. And 9/11. And then I just do stuff in Minecraft. And of course we censor most of that, but you know what we don't censor, I'm sure is very funny. I don't know, I wouldn't know, I just work here. I need more sand, bro. Bro, sand me up. What the f? I want sandy cheeks, bro. Sand me in my crevices. I need the sand to happen right now. I need sand. I need sand around me. What is this bullshit? I need to be sandy. I want to build a beach, bro. Build a beach for my beach body. The f? I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need that. I need sand. I need sand. I got a tree. I'll take it. I'll take a tree. Being for real, I will take a tree any day of the week. Even on Tuesdays when the banks are open. I'll take a tree, bro. Bigger tree, bigger, happier life. I thought this episode, I really did believe that I was only gonna get 30 minutes of footage because of how easy it would be. And here I am still waiting for the sand chickens to lay a sand block. I yapped a lot at the beginning because I thought it would be short. How dare you only lay me eggs with no blocks. Yankees with no brims. I actually am getting a little bit paranoid about these fenceless sideways walkways. So I'm gonna make some fences for my protection, my personal protection. Nobody else's protection, only mine. I'm already marginally safer just doing this. Yeah, that's already better. It's not perfect, but it's better. We'll see if a tree will grow in this situation. Okay, the trees grow, so that's great. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. I'm just glad because the last time I recorded, I wasn't feeling great. And I said a lot of crazy stuff that was even crazier than usual for me. And I feel like this time, because I'm feeling better, that a lot more of the footage will actually be usable. I sat down and I was like, I'm not feeling great tonight. Maybe I shouldn't record. And I recorded anyway because I'm an animal, insane. And then I heard back, I got feedback from my editor. And I was like, yeah, probably shouldn't have recorded that day. But we do what we must. We do what we must, right, folks? Don't we all just do what we gotta do sometimes? Because it was either record that day in a bad state of mind or get behind on everything. And, you know, it's a little bit my own fault, but, no, we're chilling. We're having a good day today, I think. It's late enough that if it went wrong now, I could just go to bed, which is great, because I love it when things go wrong at night, because I just go to bed, and then I wake up and the problem has typically solved itself by the time I wake up in the morning. So I don't even, it's great. When problems happen after like 6 o'clock, not my problem anymore. Double it and give it to the next person, because I'm not dealing with that. Now, I think I'm crazy, but lately on the internet, I've been seeing some shit that's got me thinking I'm sane. And I'm sure you guys, a lot of you guys are probably looking at me like, this girl, I don't know if they come much crazier than this. She's gotta be really hot if she's this crazy. And it's true, but if you see some of the stuff that people are doing, and they're not even hot. They're not even hot. They're like 4s and 5s and 6s. And the stuff they're saying online on the internet, bro. I don't know. Not to sound like an incel or anything, but I would make sure I at least had some makeup on before I started saying some of the stuff these guys are saying on the internet. Before I started throwing stones in my glass house, I would make sure that my glass house was a little bit less glass. When I start throwing the stone. Maybe it's just me, but for me, I don't know. It's not just ugly people, obviously hot people too, but mostly ugly people. I'm a looksist because I spent too much of my precious youth not being looksist, and I ended up being taken advantage of by really ugly people. So I figured if I'm gonna be taken advantage of, I at least want to be taken advantage of by somebody who looks good while they're doing it, because I'm done being taken advantage of by really ugly people. Like, what's the point? At least be hot while you're abusing me. If you can't at least be hot while you're abusing me, then what's the point? Get out of here. I can't take you seriously. Alright, enough about that, I need to get these chickens growing. I need I have the 2 adult sand chickens, but now I don't have any f***ing sand. Like, what the f*** do I do with this information? This is useless to me. I need sand. If these guys end up not laying sand, I'm gonna scream. They laid a sand egg. So hypothetically, the laying mechanic works. I mean, I did test it and I know it works, but I'm still paranoid because that's just the way that I am. I'm a deeply paranoid person. Like, I know that they have the capability. Like, logically, rationally, I know that I sat here and I waited for like a million years to make sure that their laying table was completely set. However, I don't trust it. I don't trust that they actually laid the blocks, because now here we have like 10 eggs and no blocks. What's the deal with that? Why all the eggs and no blocks, huh? The sand, bro. Where's the sand, bro? New recipe, hold on. Sand block! 'Cause I was really starting to worry that something had gone awry. But he just laid the block, so now I know. Now I know it's possible. While we wait for him to lay another block, let's do a cute time lapse of the tree farm growing. Or just not growing. Let's just do a time lapse of the earth rotating. That may be all we can get. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna watch TikToks and get some thoughts ready for the next episode. Not a single one of my trees grew for the time lapse, which I'm extremely grateful for. That's sarcasm, by the way. I see the sand block, so here we go. We're gonna get the next evolution of chicken. Now remember the last episode, if you didn't see it, go watch it right now before you even watch the rest of this video. But remember for the last video I said, leave a comment guessing what the next, and now it grows. What the fuck? You fucking, just get this chicken going. Oh, let me see the child. All right. So this could either be gravel or cobblestone. I think it's probably gravel. I think he's gravel, but it's definitely one of the two. Gravel makes sense because gravel is kind of like sand. All right, you know, as usual, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. If you are subscribed, like the video, leave a comment, tell me how much you love and or hate me, and tell me that you're gonna unsubscribe because my content sucks now. And consider subscribing to the Patreon. Tell me if you want to subscribe to the Patreon if I do uncut footage behind the scenes. Thank you again for watching, like, all the way through, because that's crazy that you watched the whole video, because I'm crazy. And if I'm crazy, then you're gonna catch the craziness from me, and then we'll both be crazy. It'll be crazy by association. And that's the video. Okay, bye!